Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's May 14th, 2025. This is looking out at the mountains around the North Fork drainage near the SNRA, picking up some snow May 14th time frame. And if you're still enjoying this broadcast, we ask you to do a one-time donation. Even better, sign up for that monthly sustaining membership. All right, we got a cool and wet weekend ahead of us. We're going to have some more isolated rain and snow showers today, mostly in the mountains. We're going to be sticking in the 50s for the next few days, with mountains being in the 40s, dropping into the mid 30s on Sunday as a cold front comes through. And the rain or the big storm, starts tomorrow morning and continues through Sunday. So we're going to have a snow line that's going to be rising each day and falling each night, and we're going to have precip through that time frame. So I kind of I put up two different elevation bands. That's in the morning time. It's going to start at around 7,700 feet, be snow, and then climb up to 8,900 feet. And then a little lower on Sunday morning as that cold front comes through and brings in that cooler air. We're still going to be in frost advisory for the next couple days, and definitely more of a warning on Sunday into Monday, where it's going to be getting below 32 again, especially in some cold sinks there. So watch out for your plants if you have them in the ground already. All right, looking at the backcountry breakdown. It's definitely like winter out there. We've been getting snowstorms all throughout the week, and a bigger storm coming through this weekend. So a lot of higher elevations where the snow has been, where we still have had the base of snow, where everywhere else has been melted out. Could be seeing upwards of a foot of snow, and that's falling on top of previous snow that fell about 5 inches on Galena Summit on the 14th, and a little trickling event of snow afterwards there, and probably upwards of a foot of snow in the Lost Rivers. And then we're going to basically put that same load on it again Saturday through Sunday and finish out the event with some wind. So, what's that mean for stability? Probably looking at storm and wind slabs. I'd be pretty alert for that first storm that came through on May 14th. What happened to that snow when we got that cold weather and kind of a short period of cooler temperatures? Did that facet out and create some kind of weak layer that now is going to be loaded with upwards of a foot and a half in the Lost Rivers, followed by wind? I'm definitely not thinking about spring skiing. I'm thinking more about winter storm going on right now and dealing with winter problems. And then throw on top of that the dynamic weather of spring, where the sun's a lot higher and can be melting snow quicker in between these storms where the sun comes out. It's going to be really dynamic out there. I think the east and west and south, if there's still snow on them, are going to have breakable crust, and then due north is going to be maybe having some kind of faceted layer up high with these colder temperatures, followed by new snow on top of that. So be heads up out there. I don't think it's going to be really cut and dry and easy to predict. On top of that, we'll just look at just kind of stay on this topic for a little while here. We had some warm temperatures that kind of ended around May 12th, even a little before that. But you can see this is looking at tightest peak. Temperatures stayed below freezing for much of the last 2 or 3 days, which isn't that typical this time of year. We had strong winds leading into this event, but it's been pretty calm after that, so I don't think we have any wind slabs out there. If we look over at Hiltz Creek and the Lost Rivers, they've picked up, let me find it, right here on May 14th, they got a hit of 0.9 inches of water, and that's at 8,000 feet. Probably more like over an inch of water that fell in that on that May 14th storm, followed by cooler temperatures. So that's what I'm saying. I think this snow that fell here, which could be upwards of this snowtail site, I think found or reported 3 or 4 inches, but that's at 8,000 feet. You throw 1,000 feet, each 1,000 feet, you're losing about 3 to 5 degrees of temperature. So it could be an orographic lift is going to produce more snow as you go higher elevation. So be heads up out there. I think it's going to be pretty dynamic winter skiing, snowboarding. All right, now kind of getting into the rest of the forecast. We're looking at temperatures currently in the mid 30s. Mountaintops have dropped a little bit to 24 degrees and 30 degrees, around 30 degrees over in Stanley. This is our next system coming through, and with all the color over here, that's our cold front. We have a little shortwave system coming through today that's going to be giving us some scattered showers today, so still some moisture in the air, but not nearly as much as the last few days. Let's take a look at the HER forecast here. All right, so you can see this band. This is the shortwave coming through today. Not really enough. We need like more green color for it to be significant rain, but you can see there's just a couple specks out in the northern mountains. If you happen to find your way in the Sawtooth, White Clouds, or up in Stanley, you might see some showers today. The main event starts around 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see these heavier bands of precip coming in from the southwest, working their way up into the area with some pretty significant rainfall and snowfall amounts. These yellow and orange bands, you're going to see some isolated thunder shower or embedded thunder showers in there, and some pretty high rainfall and snow if you're above those freezing lines. And that's going to move into Sunday, which we don't really have right now. Looking at day-to-day snow amounts, picking up just a little bit today. Not really going to be anything significant until Saturday night, when those temperatures start to fall, and you can see 2 to 4 inches in places, and then into Sunday, more 2 to 4 inches. The Lost Rivers, having that higher elevation band, are going to be picking up the majority of snow in this event. Looking at how much rainfall we'll have, just a couple tenths of an inch in the valley floors, so not too much. Again, for Saturday, about the same, and into Sunday night as well. So mountains are picking up most of the moisture with this. I'm going to hop right into the snow. So snow totals coming from this event, anywhere from 6 to 8 inches in the high spots of the Pioneers, Boulders, and kind of White Clouds areas. Not as much picking up in the Sawtooth. And the heavy hitting spot is going to be the Lost Rivers, where you have up to 16 inches of snow in the right spot by Sunday night. So quite a bit happening over this weekend storm. And then for those of you that are sick of hearing about the snow, it's going to be high pressure next week. So those temperatures are going to start working their way up into the 70s for next weekend, and be clearer days with sunnier skies. So let us get our little hit of moisture and possibly get a few more days of skiing in before it's all over. And Trail Creek might be opening today, so good news.